Today, we're going to explore a powerful concept, unlocking the hidden layers of your mind and how they shape the reality around you. Imagine for a moment that everything you desire already exists. It's just waiting for you to tap into it. This is the essence of transcending conventional thought and stepping into a higher understanding of creation. The thoughts you harbor, the silent conversations you have with yourself, aren't just random. They are the foundation of everything you experience. Every thought and feeling you generate shapes your reality, directing the energy of the universe in ways you may not even realize. Now think of creation not as making something from scratch, but rather uncovering that which already exists in a higher, unseen realm. Your inner voice, the one beyond the endless noise of the mind, speaks the language of possibility. It serves as a guide, helping you navigate the unseen and manifest your desires into the world of form. When you align your thoughts and intentions with this deeper truth, you'll find that the limits of what you can achieve disappear. The world you desire is already waiting for you, and it's time to embrace the power within you to bring it into being. 1. The power of four-dimensional thinking. Imagine if you could break free from the typical linear view of time and space. What if everything that ever happened and everything that will happen exists simultaneously in the present moment? This is the essence of four-dimensional thinking. It's not just a way of thinking, it's a shift in consciousness that allows you to see the interconnectedness of all things. The world around you, the events in your life, and even the future are shaped by the same force. When you start viewing reality in this way, you can manipulate it to work in your favor. To get started, think of how much control we actually have over our circumstances when we realize everything is happening at once. For instance, if you're stuck in a job you don't like, it's not just about the physical environment you're in, but also your thoughts and emotions about it. By aligning your inner thoughts with what you truly want, you can shift your external reality. It's like stepping out of the physical box we call time and seeing the bigger picture. When you start using this awareness, things around you begin to change. You'll notice that your assumptions about your life, your job, and even relationships start to transform. It's because you're no longer trapped by the traditional view of the world. Instead of seeing time as a straight line, you understand that everything is interconnected, and thus, you are the creator of your reality. The present moment becomes your most powerful tool for shaping your future. However, this shift in perspective takes practice. It's about going beyond the five senses and allowing your consciousness to expand. So, as you go through your day, try to pay attention to how your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings are all aligned. Is there something you can adjust internally to bring about the change you desire externally? This way, you begin to work with the universe's flow rather than against it, creating a more harmonious experience. And that's just the beginning. 2. How inner dialogue shapes external reality. Have you ever stopped to think about the conversations you have with yourself? No, I'm not talking about the big dramatic monologues you might have during your morning commute. I mean the silent, ongoing dialogue in your mind that dictates how you see yourself and the world around you. This inner dialogue is much more than a reflection of your thoughts. It's a driving force behind everything you experience. The way you talk to yourself shapes your reality more than you may realize. For instance, if you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough, I'll never be successful," or "I can't do this," you're essentially programming your brain to believe that. This internal belief then manifests outwardly, creating situations where your external reality reflects these negative thoughts. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that keeps you stuck in a loop. But here's the good news. Just like these negative thoughts can shape your world, so can positive ones. Now let's get practical. Start by becoming aware of your inner dialogue. Do you criticize yourself every time you make a mistake? Or do you encourage yourself and focus on the lessons learned? By consciously changing your self-talk, you can begin to shift the energy you're sending out into the universe. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," replace that thought with, "I am worthy of success, and I'm constantly growing." This simple shift in language can have a profound impact on how your external reality unfolds. Remember, every thought is energy, and energy doesn't just disappear. It flows out into the universe and shapes the experiences you encounter. The more you can align your inner dialogue with your deepest desires, the more likely it is that your outer world will reflect those desires. This is the power of conscious thinking. So, next time you catch yourself in a negative thought pattern, pause, take a deep breath, and consciously shift to a more empowering belief. It's that simple, and it starts right now. 3. Imagination, the bridge between invisible and visible realities. Imagination is often underestimated. People think it's just a whimsical escape from reality. But what if I told you that imagination is the very tool that can bring your dreams into the physical world? The things you desire already exist in the invisible realm, but it's your imagination that serves as the bridge to make them visible. It's not about wishful thinking, it's about actively using your imagination to shape the reality you want. Think about it. When you visualize something clearly in your mind, it begins to feel real, doesn't it? Whether it's a new car, a dream home, or a successful career, when you allow yourself to fully imagine these things as if they're already here, you begin to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with them. This process, though subtle, is incredibly powerful. Neville Goddard often spoke about the importance of living in the end, which is essentially imagining your desired outcome as if it's already a reality. And trust me, it works. Now, let's put this into practice. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Picture yourself living your ideal life. What does it look like? Feel it. Taste it. What emotions arise when you envision this future? Allow yourself to really sink into this feeling as if it's happening right now. The more vivid and real you make this visualization, the more you'll start to notice opportunities, people, and situations aligning with your vision. It's not magic. It's the power of imagination in action. This practice of using your imagination isn't just about wishful thinking. It's a tool to bring the invisible into the visible. When you can align your internal world with your desires, your external world has no choice but to follow suit. So the next time you're visualizing your goals, remember that you're not just daydreaming, you're creating. You're laying the foundation for the life you want to manifest. The more you practice, the closer you get to making it a reality, and that's just the beginning of the journey. 4. Faith and trust in the invisible, believing before seeing. Have you ever heard the saying, "Seeing is believing"? Well, in the world of manifestation, that's not exactly how it works. The real magic begins when you start believing before you see. This is where faith comes into play. Faith isn't just about trusting in what you can see, it's about trusting in what's invisible, in the unseen forces working behind the scenes. It's about knowing that your desires are already in existence, just waiting to manifest at the perfect time. Neville Goddard taught us that faith is loyalty to the invisible. You see, when you cultivate faith in something you can't yet see, you create a powerful magnetic force that attracts it into your life. This doesn't mean you should sit back and wait passively. No, faith is an active force. It requires you to stay aligned with your desires, even when the external reality doesn't show any signs of change. The more you trust in the invisible, the more you open yourself up to the universe's guidance and timing. Here's an example. Let's say you've been wanting a new job, but your current situation seems hopeless. Instead of getting frustrated or discouraged by what you see, you lean into faith. You trust that the perfect opportunity is already on its way, even if it's not apparent yet. You stay positive, you visualize your success, and you take inspired action. By doing so, you align your energy with the unseen, allowing the universe to deliver in its own time. It's important to remember that this process is not about waiting for things to magically appear. It's about cultivating unwavering faith that your desires are already yours. As you develop this trust in the invisible, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in your external reality. The key is to maintain that faith, even when things don't seem to be moving. Because once you do, the universe begins to respond in ways you couldn't have imagined. And soon enough, what was once invisible will become visible in your life. 5. Seeing beyond the physical, awakening your spiritual senses. Your 5 senses are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to perceiving reality. What if I told you that there are deeper, more subtle senses you can awaken that will allow you to see beyond the physical world? These spiritual senses go beyond sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. They connect you to the unseen realms of intuition, inner knowing, and spiritual guidance. When you tap into these senses, you gain access to a wealth of information that goes unnoticed by the average person. Think about your intuition for a moment. Have you ever had that gut feeling that something was right or wrong before any logical evidence showed up? That's your spiritual sense at work. It's a tool the universe gives you to guide you through life. The more you trust it, the more it strengthens, helping you make decisions that are in alignment with your highest good. You begin to sense opportunities, people, and situations that you might have otherwise overlooked. Your ability to tune into these insights can drastically shift your ability to manifest your desires. To begin awakening these spiritual senses, start by practicing mindfulness. Take a moment each day to quiet your mind and tune into your inner world. Ask yourself, what am I truly feeling right now? And then allow the answers to come from a deeper place than your logical mind. You can also try meditation or grounding techniques to connect more deeply with your intuition. Over time, you'll notice that the more you trust these feelings, the clearer they will become. You'll start to see the world in a new light, noticing things you never did before. As you begin to awaken these spiritual senses, you'll find that you're no longer just living in the physical world. You'll be aware of energies, vibrations, and signals that exist beyond what the eye can see. This heightened awareness will guide you toward more opportunities to manifest your desires and live a life aligned with your true purpose. And this is just the beginning of the process of uncovering the hidden dimensions of reality. 6. Changing reality through consciousness and inner assumptions. The most powerful tool you have to change your reality is your consciousness. Your mind shapes everything, your beliefs, your thoughts, your assumptions about the world. These internal narratives dictate the way you experience life, and if you're not consciously aware of them, they can keep you stuck in patterns that no longer serve you. But once you recognize the power of your thoughts, you realize that by shifting your inner assumptions, you can transform the way your external world unfolds. Take a moment to think about your current assumptions. Do you assume that success is hard to come by, that relationships are complicated, or that you'll never be able to manifest your desires? These assumptions are shaping your reality. The universe is responding to the energy you're sending out, which is why it's crucial to examine the beliefs and assumptions you hold about yourself and the world. When you begin to shift these assumptions, you open yourself up to new possibilities and experiences. For example, if you've always believed that you're not good with money, then you may unconsciously repel financial abundance. But when you change that assumption and start believing that money flows easily and effortlessly into your life, your reality begins to shift accordingly. It's like switching gears in a car. You're moving in a completely new direction, and the universe starts responding to your new vibration. The key is to hold this new assumption with unwavering belief. This process of changing your inner assumptions doesn't happen overnight, but it is incredibly powerful. It requires conscious effort and mindfulness. When you notice an old limiting belief creeping in, stop and replace it with a more empowering thought. As you consistently do this, your internal world will shift, and with it, your external reality. Your new beliefs will attract new opportunities, people, and experiences that align with your highest good. This is how you begin to create a life that truly reflects who you are and what you desire. If you want to elevate your vibrations and manifest with more ease, I have prepared something special for you. Click the link in the first pinned comment and join us in the journey of awakening your inner mage.